Okay, this is probably going to be just highlights from this kiln firing. It looks like I got a lot of jars in here, but it did have a sort of weirdness to this firing. We had 3 power outs over 24 hours, and this kiln was firing for 26 hours because of that. So it would go up, power out, and then it would come down until the power came on again, and then power comes on, it goes up again, went up, and then it came down again because another power out, and so on. So it took a long time, and I was expecting disasters in this kiln, but actually it may be a really good firing, but who can afford to pay for a 26-hour firing? Anyway, it looks to me like we got a lot more crystal type stuff going on in the glaze. So you can see, I hope, that let's see if I can angle it right, but the glazes are semi-matte, and that's because it probably fired so long. But it's a beautiful piece here. I mean, that folk art white in the middle, got some crystals going on there and such. This is over white clay, but it's not a disaster anyway. Same glaze combination, folk art white with apple green. These are the lids. I'll just put them here till we get the jars out. But this really went sort of matte. This is apple green and my matte turquoise, but there's a lot. It feels good, but it has a real kind of a dry, silky feel to it. But there's another lid. That's as I said, apple green and matte turquoise. This one is bright blue, variegated blue over the rim, and I dabbed a bit of oatmeal on the top of the lid. Same with this one. This is matte turquoise with variegated blue over the rim, and I dabbed oatmeal on each one of these knobs. Same again with that one, matte turquoise, variegated blue. This is the purple with variegated blue. Purple with variegated blue as well. And this is pretty impressive. This is variegated blue and oatmeal over Tenmoku gold. But the gold, can you see, really looks beautiful in there. Same on this one, variegated blue and oatmeal over the gold. So the variegated blue is nice, but and I did have chattering on all of these from those tools I get from Artisan potterytools.com, artisanpotterytools.com. But the Tenmoku gold came out really nice. But on some of them you can see a little of the chattering left, but not on all of them. This was a great firing. I also have my chrome tin pink. There's a little bit of chrome in one of these glazes, that must be, because which one would it be? Oh, it must be the purple, I bet. But anyway, it's turned the inside of my mugs, because this was a long fire, and there's a pink blush in my white inside, which has tin in the glaze, chrome tin pink. Anyway, the tin has gone this blushy pink. But look at that one. I mean, I can see straight away looking down here, these are all excellent. There is something to be said for doing super long firings, and I know the Japanese really do that, 5-7 day firings, but these are really good. Really turned out nice. Let's look at all these ones first. Another one of those. These are like the ones I sent to Valmandin in Geneva, Switzerland. If you're in Geneva, Switzerland, you can look up Valmandin Coffee Shop, and they have some of my mugs. Same again here, the Tenmoku gold with variegated blue and oatmeal. Looks really, really pretty. I'll try not to break them. And there we got a bunch of blues. Oh, look at that. Wow. Those lines coming down the fluted areas. It's like a crown. It's almost like a gas flame on a stove as well. So all of these did that. The power outs, I don't know what temperature they happened at, but I just know when I came in the morning, the kiln just said error, and it had gone off. It really probably cost a fortune to fire that firing, but these are all amazingly pretty. Yeah, we couldn't. I'm trying to save fuel by. When I first moved, I started at cone 8, and then I went down to cone 4 and did that temperature for many years, and then back up to cone 6. But more blue, and then we've got a bunch of the variegated blue over the matte turquoise. Well, anyway, I went to cone 4 because that's the clear glaze that I do, and for 9 years we did nothing but do clear glaze stencil work. But boy, that was a long time to do that, and I was so happy when I got back into doing stoneware, because look how beautiful this is. It's very smooth, really, and there's that chrome tin on the bottom of the piece too, and on the inside as well. It's just the fumes, that's an idea of where that your kiln does produce fumes when you fire it, because the chrome is in the purple, I'm pretty sure, and it's venting into the air, melting into the air, evaporating, whatever you want to call it. So it's a good reason to vent your kiln. It's really pretty. It ran a lot. I mean, I only glazed the upper part like here, and it runs all the way down. Same again here. These are all. That one's a little darker, less identifiable. I don't know why that is. But, and there's another one. Yeah, well, there's another tin with the gold one. I wonder if this is why in the gas kiln, this one always looks better in the gas kiln, but this is as good as it looks in the gas kiln. It's because of the length of the firing. And the gas kiln takes a long time to cool down. It's a big kiln. There's the purple with the variegated blue. Somebody wants one of these. I keep meaning to photograph and send it, but somebody has been asking me for one, and I've got the email printed out, and I just keep forgetting to do it, so this will remind me. This is over white clay, of course, but it's really pretty. I'm not sure if I prefer the speckle or the white, but these are all the same. These are all over white clay. Yep. Very nice mugs. Purple's looking really good. Okay, and then the shelf below. Folk art white, apple green, and the little matte turquoise, matte jade, or whatever turquoise you want to call it. So they're very sweet, very nice colors in there. But these runs have really turned out great because of the length of the firing. There you go. It was a pretty major winter storm that came through, and it knocked the power out, and so, and then it came back, as I said, and then off and then off. So I think it went off 3 times during 24 hours. And then we got apple green and matte turquoise over the top. And that is really pretty too. The apple green glaze is really looking nice. And you've got the fluting showing through, and then your runs go down the center of the fluting. Same again. I think I may have dabbed a little bit of oatmeal over the turquoise too. Apple green and matte jade turquoise. And then the jaws. So let's see what we have here. Wow. Well, there was chattering on these, and this glaze, because of how it's speckled up so much here, kind of hides the chattering. But the variegated blue and the oatmeal on the top there really made the jar nice. And this is somebody wanted me to make them they wanted a garlic keeper, and I didn't have any really nice ones, I thought, so I've made some. See how this then? Oh, I didn't want to send photos of ones I wasn't really happy with, but these are really pretty. And then we got one of the chattering showed up quite nicely on the bottom of that one, but the variegated blue to purple, really nice. Little garlic jar. Another purple. Chattering shows up nicely. Lids fit nice and tight too. Doesn't matter on a garlic jar, of course, because there are holes everywhere. Matte turquoise, variegated blue, and a little oatmeal, and this one would be this one, I guess. One of these two lids. That one fits, so it's going to be that one. And the bottom of the kiln here, we have what looks like a beautiful piece. The blue, because of this slow firing, is terrific. Wow, I have not seen that blue look that good. Really nice. Sometimes this blue can be a little transparent, and this is long firing. It's gone milky, which is really nice. And I do a little slip training with some cranberry, and I think I used a bit of green in that one too. But that's a really pretty piece. And then we have, another mug. And this is the speckle clay, bright blue, same as that plate I just showed, the chip and dip. This is the same glaze combination, but look how it does a little turquoise over the speckle clay. And we got some apple green ones. That's not it. Which one is this? I don't know if I got the right lid on one of them then. Oh, probably it's this one. Oh yeah, there it is. Apple green and turquoise. I've shown how I make these, so there's a video on those. Matte turquoise, variegated blue and oatmeal. Yeah, we got a lot of snow outside. I'm a little sore from all the shoveling. I have all the toys living in Canada in a snowy area that I need to clear the snow, but it still took me 3 hours to get it all done. Chattering shows up really good. This is folk art white, and even on the lid there I got the green and that, so that's nice quality to the actual surface. Chattering with the bright blue over speckle clay here, and that really showed up nicely. I use these tools every day now. Let's see, which one is this? I think it's that one. Oh, that's a nice jar. But yeah, I mean, I've got my favorites with these tools, and I've even had to resharpen because I actually use them so often. Chattering looks excellent on that one. So you get much better at using them. And every lid is fitting, wow. Shouldn't have said it before I picked up the last one. And this is the apple green, so you can see the subtle chattering texture there as well. Yes, 100% with the lids. So I have a pile of pots here. This kind of makes you feel good, doesn't it? So, yeah, like I won't be doing this firing cycle again on purpose anyway. So this is the last but one of the firing cycle. I did 3 glaze firings, and I fired my small kiln, and that was everything from that 2-week period. But I got some pieces in here, a few more interesting things, I think. This was just a big platter. I decided to throw like a fruit bowl, but quite flat with a tall rim, in the white clay. And this came out almost as nice as in that other kiln with that super long firing. So I think this is the regular firing, so maybe there isn't that much difference between these 2 firings. But anyway, this one turned out very nice. Monaco gold, oatmeal, and variegated blue. So there's the oatmeal over the Tenmoku gold, and then the Tenmoku gold in the bottom. And on the outside you can see it was a good firing for Tenmoku gold. I should probably post these recipes in the video again. I keep forgetting. But Tenmoku gold again, variegated blue and oatmeal, but a lot more oatmeal, like looks like there. And this is I just tried doing something. I added copper to my oatmeal glaze to give myself a sort of a greenish tint. Because I don't know if I'll be using it much or not. It's I don't know, let me know what you think. It's just basically the oatmeal glaze with 2% copper carbonate. So anyway, glaze piece. So sponge stamped on the rim, dipped with the blue, green, copper, red, and then sponge stamped with the matte turquoise and oatmeal. I'm not sure. That reminds me of something. I'm not sure what. Let me know in the history of ceramics. What does it remind you of? I don't know. And then we got a bunch more, and these turned out very nice in this fire. Tenmoku gold, oatmeal, and variegated blue. I had a bunch of bowls in here, and there's some experiments. So I'm expecting a bunch of glaze runs on the bottom of the kiln. And then build up the tension and see. But the Tenmoku gold, oatmeal, and variegated blue, and that one turned out very nice too. They always look like the universe, don't they? Spiral nebula. The outside is very pretty, just straight. And they all have chattering on the bottom. The Tenmoku gold speckles kind of hide that a bit. Let's see what the Chun green does. Haha! There's the chattering on the bottom. White 516 clay. It's a Chun green with apple green and matte turquoise, I think, over the top. This is the apple green with matte turquoise and oatmeal over the top. Slightly different, and it shows the chattering on the back kind of nicely. Apple green's a good glaze for that. A lady called Maggie Jerk gave me that recipe, and there's the Chun green again. And there's the apple green again. Oatmeal and surprise ones. Let's have a look. But anyway, another one of the bright blue, variegated blue and oatmeal over there, with some slip trailing in apple green and cranberry over the edges. White clay. Okay, is this one of the surprise ones? No, I don't think it is. But it did a surprise anyway. Matte turquoise with variegated blue and oatmeal over the top. Oh, and there was some slip trailing in there with the cranberry. And that maybe is what made it run nicely like that, because that's really pretty on the inside. And there's another one. Yeah, very pretty. Just that little slip trailing. I don't use much cranberry because I actually don't like it as a glaze. And these all have the chattering on the back. And that's artisanpotterytools.com to get those tools from. Lovely glaze. This matte turquoise is really sweet. And more of the Chun green with the chattering, and I think it's the apple green and the matte and the matte oatmeal matte over the top. Chun green with matte turquoise and oatmeal over the top. And then 2 more of the apple green. Here's the bottoms. It's nice to take care of the bottoms. I just feel like people will pick it up and just say, oh, that's okay. Woo! You like to surprise them. Remember, the bottoms of your pots should look really good. It's really a nice way of saying, I take care of everything. Okay, next layer down. 10 liquid gold, variegated blue and oatmeal. You've seen this a million times from me. It always works nicely. With some slip trailing cranberry and brown over the edges. And then I've got 4 of the same, so we can go through these fast. This is basically matte turquoise with a bit of oatmeal and blue-green copper red. And there's 4 more of those. And then we've got 2 of these. This is tomato red with variegated blue and oatmeal, and in this firing slow cooling cycle with a long soak at 1750, it gives you that reddish color in the brown. So that's nice, and it shows the chattering up too. So I've got 2 of these, and this is one of the other ones you just seen, which is bright blue, variegated blue and oatmeal, which shows the chattering up nicely too. Okay, so let's give away my secret. Here, I tried Strontium Crystal Magic again. I tried it a year and a half ago, and everything looked brilliant, looked really nice, and then every one of them would run underneath. So I gave up on using it, even though I have a 5-gallon bucket. But I just tried it again. So I used a bit less of it on the pieces this time to see what it would do. And it looks like I controlled it. Because this is blue-green copper red with oatmeal over the top, and then Strontium Crystal Magic dipped right on the edge to encourage the runs and all that. And so it gives you more variation, if you look at that, in the piece. But it's beautiful in itself, hasn't it? But anyway, this was an experiment with a lot of glazes here, all with Strontium Crystal Magic dipped over the oatmeal. There's the chun green. Spectacular chattering, and then the oatmeal with the Strontium Crystal Magic. So I can probably go a bit heavier on the Strontium Crystal Magic and not worry about it too much. Here's the matte turquoise. This did a bit more. That one's hard to get off. I'm thinking that this is going to be worth experimenting with again. But lovely contrast between the matte and the shiny there. Not super shiny either, but the inside. The other ones are, I think this was one I didn't stilt. I'm surprised because I was worried about it running. But anyway, it's the same again. It's making the oatmeal run a bit more and give it some variation. Look at the edge down there where it was starting to form little runs. So we could encourage that, and then the chattering once again. These tools that I got from Bill Wright, I use every day. Whenever I'm trimming now, I'm doing something, because it's a nice added element to the pot to allow the glaze to do some fun stuff. I think that had the Strontium Crystal Magic on it too, over bright blue. But this is just regular, what I normally do. They really did stick on that. There you go. I wiped the base of the foot anyway. I could have just fired them on the shelf. But I don't think that was with Strontium Crystal Magic. That was just regular, like the chip and dip that I took out earlier on. Bright blue, variegated blue and oatmeal. And here we have different. White clay. Oh, this is that I call it number 16. It's basically the bright blue glaze that I use with a bit of iron added to it to give it a bit of a duller grayish blue. And this is actually in obviously Mastering Cone 6 glazes, and it was a variation on the bright blue that they added if you add a bit of iron to it, and it comes out with that sort of grayish blue, a little similar to variegated blue. Last level, another one of the number 16 glaze. I just explained that one. And these are all Strontium Crystal Magic. Over the top of Tenmuku Gold. So I dip the whole thing in Tenmuku Gold, dip it in oatmeal, just upside down in the oatmeal to give it a swirl. And then I added the rim, that only a 1/4 inch of the Strontium Crystal Magic at the top to encourage the runs. But it really made a big difference, as you can see. So, so we can play with this a lot. Possibly I'll try another set of bowls and we could make some Strontium Crystal Magic without the oatmeal, see what that does. Very nice. I like this. It has a real creamy feel to it, like creamy coffee. Here's another one. Oh, I should probably not have used the stilts, because I got the bottoms wiped anyway. But look at the base, that's very pretty. Really nice. So Strontium Crystal Magic, I got it off the internet. I think I found it on Pinterest. There's a few pinholes in that matte turquoise, which it doesn't normally do, so I'm not sure what that, maybe it's on too thick, because it is quite dark in there, but it's a beautiful glaze. Yeah, it's very dark, that must be thick. Another bright blue with it. I'm happy because I expected these to all have runs on the bottom. Really nice. These are like little rice balls. I always think that you can just use them for a side of rice if you're eating dinner. It's so amazing they sell those packets of different spice mixes with real spices and herbs in them that you can just cook, you know, very flavorful dishes, and you just get them at the local supermarket for about $5 a packet. So I've been using a lot of those, so I've been doing a lot of Indian and a lot of Chinese cooking, which I love to do. I had a roommate when I was at college who was from Pakistan, and he taught me how to cook Indian food a little bit. Very nice. Chattering looks great. But the Strontium Crystal Magic didn't do a lot to this piece. It's apple green, so I think I've got to try something a little different with that. It's very subtle, but maybe less oatmeal and more Strontium Crystal Magic. That's what I did the first time, and we got lots of runs. But I can actually say that it's under control at this point. Alright, so I have my little kiln tomorrow to unload, but it's just little tiny coffee mugs. Actually, a lot of them like the ones I sent to Geneva in Switzerland. So, but yeah, if you're in France or Germany or Geneva and you're watching this, go get a coffee mug. Alright. But anyway, we had an Orisa last night, but it was rain. It's gonna be spring. So that was kind of nice. We expected snow, but it just turned into rain. So that's a sign of the changeover from winter to spring, even though we're still a week from the end of winter, really. So anyway, I have a little kiln here. First one of the spring, I guess, really, we can say. But I'm just gonna unload these. These are bright blue variegated blue oatmeal. This is mouse brown, which is actually like what we call mouse grey, with variegated blue on there. And this is my it's my fake ash glaze with a little oatmeal on it. I don't use that glaze very often. Tenmuku Gold, which is really gold, with variegated blue and oatmeal. Same with that one. Here's the purple. I should post the recipes, I keep forgetting. This is the purple out of that book that Cone 6 Glazes. I can't remember who wrote that one, but I have 3 books I use. Jim Bailey's, Ron Roy's, and then this one. I can't remember his name who edited that one. But anyway, let's have a look on these here. Can I get that over there? Yeah. That's why I didn't tell you what I was using those for, because they are berry balls, and wow, that is really nice. This is fake ash, and I can't believe how nice that turned out. It's got my oatmeal over the top. Oh wow, I'm gonna have to start using this more. This really worked nicely. and it's over my recycled clay, so that's just a combination of B-Mix 516 and 455 from Pottery Supply House. But wow, I really like that. Can't believe it did this in the center down there. Amazing. Anyway, that's what these are for. They go with the berry balls. I love that piece. And of course my Tenmoku Gold. I'm wiping right to the very bottom and they're not running over the edge. So this glaze is, my glazes are working great at the moment, but look at the dribbles down there. Really nice. Somebody's going to be lucky with that piece too. It's on the bottom for it. There you go. I sold 2 of these last week, and it's winter, so you don't expect to sell very many pieces in the winter. We still, you know, we get people trickling in and out. People are here when they want things to do, so they just go around. This is a really pretty piece too. Mouse brown, which is mouse gray, oatmeal and variegated blue. There you go. Spring is coming. Berries not so far away. And there's one of the, oh wow, that's nice too. This is the matte turquoise with the variegated blue and oatmeal over the top. That turned out very nice as well, with my oatmeal on the inside. I just had an invitation to speak to Potters Guild in Ontario via Zoom, so I'm going to do that. A little demonstrations and talking about different techniques in pottery, I guess. But that's really pretty bright blue, and that's got a little bit of the green showing through, so that one turned out very nice as well. And that goes with this piece. So berry balls. Here's the matte turquoise again with the variegated blue and oatmeal. This was a really good firing. This did really well. This glaze feels so silky. I've got to sand the bottoms a little bit there because they're a bit rough when they come off the bat wash basically. And that goes with that. This is that purple. People seem to really like this purple because it isn't a flat glaze. It's got depth to it. Oh, look at that. Every hole has like a, when I dip them like this, every hole has where the glaze ran off and actually gave a slightly different color. That's very pretty. Variegated blue and oatmeal over the top. I use that over most of my glazes though. So I base glaze them and then put variegated blue and oatmeal over most, although with greens I don't. So, you know, with apple green. I'm gonna mix up a darker matte oatmeal dark green pretty soon. I've got a green glaze, but it's just kind of pastel at the moment. I don't like that, so I'm going to make it darker. There's one of my, these still lasted so well, and they're still standing up straight. And we haven't had power cuts much this winter, except for overnight, because I plan if we have one where I have a day with no power, I'm going to make lots of these stilts. But there you go, matte turquoise, very good. And this is an order for a lady I just met, came in the gallery, and she says she doesn't use a handle on the mug. She grips it with a handle like that, and she wants a thumb hold where she can grip it and it won't slip. So, and I don't know how big her hands are, but that's nice. You get ideas from people when they special request something. And that's a nice one too. You've seen these before. They always look nice. Variegated blue and oatmeal over Tenmoku Gold. All right, we have lots of tankards. I forgot about these. And we look at that. Oh, really nice. And this must be the white clay, because the Tenmaku Gold is always best over the white clay. I'll pick a few examples out. Why don't I do this more often? Let me give you a close-up of that. Isn't that pretty? Folk art white with oatmeal over the top. No, not folk art white. Fake ash. GOP. This is a nice tankard. I'm going to do more of these. I forget what I... You have too many glazes and you forget what happens. Here's the purple. Variegated blue and oatmeal. And then you get spoiled because you expect it to happen all the time. Basically mouse grey with variegated blue and oatmeal again. This used to run like crazy, if you remember some of my older videos, and we used to have dribbles down the handle. Well, now I'm controlling it really well. Go through these quickly. They're all nice. Matte turquoise. This matte turquoise, I've mixed two of my turquoises together now, so it's a really... I may not never be able to get it, but it's really pretty. And there's another one with the thumbprint so that she can hold them like that. This one's a bit bigger, so I wasn't sure the size of her hand, so I made 4 for her to pick from. The purple. Another Tenmaku Gold. This one's very good as well. My firing cycles are programmed into this kiln now, so if I don't change them I should be able to get this every time. Very nice. You can see the matte turquoise looks really nice. I've got several blues, so I'll go over these. We haven't had a single run. I've put new elements in both of these kilns recently. Oh, what did I do differently to this? Oh, I put some Strontium Crystal Magic on some of the pieces to see if I could get better results than my oatmeal. And let me show you, these are the same blue and variegated blue. This one has my oatmeal on it, and this one has Strontium Crystal Magic. And look at the runs. This one's good too. I wonder if I did both of these with Strontium Crystal Magic. But anyway, that one looks good. Where's another blue? I think that's just the oatmeal, and this one's the Strontium, so it makes it run more. But look how lucky I was. There's the handle where it usually runs a lot. And look at those, all the way down. So that is spectacular. So now I found a use for my Strontium Crystal Magic. I stopped using it because it was too runny. And there's the blue, so it's not quite as long. I might have done all of these with Strontium Crystal Magic, but that one for sure. I thought I had tried it on several different pieces. This one's spectacular too. Oatmeal and variegated blue over Tenmaku Gold. Somebody always orders these after this video posts, and then I've forgotten where I've stored them, because all my work gets stored in boxes all winter until I put it in the gallery when the summer, when people start buying things, and I can't keep up in the summer with making pieces. That one's got a lot of runs too, so, and especially since I've not seen that before, so this was Strontium Crystal Magic as well. Just makes the runs much bigger. It's another option, as well as the oatmeal. you don't get as many, there's not as much white showing up in it from like the oatmeal has tin in it. So, and we finally have the purple. And it doesn't look like I did one of these with the purple. So that's interesting. Although, there's one looking like that. So maybe this is the one of the purples I did this, because I thought I'd done one with each color. So it didn't run as much over the purple. We're very happy. It's nice to try something new every so often. And I think that out of this firing, I'm liking that a lot. So that tells me to use a few more of these. And of course I have to put a different glaze on the inside, like a liner glaze. This one ran so much, but I'm not sure that was Strontium Crystal Magic or not. But it did run a lot more than usual, so it's possible that one had it on as well. The only other one, actually the berry ball I really like too. This one ran a lot, especially towards the handle. So this one could have been Strontium Crystal Magic as well. Just be careful if you mix that glaze up, it actually runs a lot. And so you got to be careful. And that one's only on the outside of pieces too, really. So, but, okay, so looks like we got a good firing. All right, see you soon.